Yes. There he is. Hey, man.
How are you, Thomas?
I'm good. And you?
I'm good.
Good.
Just a lot of work, but I'm good.
Good morning. How have you been, man? How was your weekend?
It was good, man. And then yeah, just been working a little bit on music. Also, since I have my kid, my son, he is almost 2, so
Yeah.
that's I woke up early to drop him off at the grandparents' house,
Okay, yeah.
and then I can be back here. Otherwise, he would be playing behind me right now and doing a lot of noise.
Yeah, it looks like that. Yeah.
Yeah, this is his. Actually, we share the studio. It's an apartment that I live in.
Yeah.
So half of this is his room with play toys, and half of it is my studio with
That's a nice
drum set
combination.
and stuff. I would show it to you, but I can't move the computer. Lucas likes to play. His name is Lucas, my son. He likes to play piano, and when I'm teaching drums, because that's what I teach from home, and I also do it from a institute.
Okay.
He loves to sit with me and play the drums. He gets jealous when I'm teaching other students.
Okay. So he's getting inspired already, I guess. Like,
He is, and as a dad, he gets you pretty proud, very proud, actually.
yeah.
I do it for the passion, and I've been doing it for a long time. Not the producing. The producing electronic has been for like 5 years when I really grasped the idea of how to make a track.
Mm.
But the playing in rock bands and playing, guitar, piano, I've done it for, no, not piano too much, drums and guitar for at least 20 years.
Wow.
So music has always been there. Yeah.
So you have a real background in that, right?
The real passion is there because, yeah, I just haven't given up on it. I just like it. And I will never do, even if whatever happens, I'll just keep doing it for my own sake.
Absolutely. I mean, it's all about. I always tell it to myself. Music is about emotions. So you have to deal with this kind of thing also if it's a job, and then you have to go through ups and downs because this is what the industry is like, and you have to be up for it. You have to do. I mean, sometimes you can have like a lot of success, but on the other hand, you have to work hard for it, and sometimes the success can be done in a short amount of time, and then it can come back easily within a day or a week. You have to be
Yeah, yeah.
kind of
Frustration happens. It's been happening. It's happened to me with the EDM,
yeah.
a lot. But then, always go back to it and produce. So this is funny. Actually, the genre that I always go back to is progressive house, the melodic stuff. But I do a little bit of other stuff as well, like house music.
Yeah.
I've always been a trance. I love trance since I love the breakdowns, the emotional breakdowns and all that.
Mm.
So yeah, but the genre I tend back to go back to is the progressive and melodic, and vocals for me are very emotional and those touch my soul. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I just love that.
Absolutely. I mean that's kind of like I think progressive house has its roots somewhere in the trance
Yeah, I
area
think so
because
too.
of it's epic, it's big, it's melodic, it's kind of not super harsh, it's more like soft and a lot of vocals, melodies, and I mean the track you sent us has this kind of like vibe to it. You can feel there's some trance in there somewhere. I was listening to it today and I was like, maybe we should even try to get this a little bit out of in like we carve out the trancey edge, out of the track to make it more this style. And
When
if
I was doing this track, I was listening to protocol artists, sort of.
yeah,
Because so I got some of the samples from Nicky Romero on it, the pattern of the hi hats, the shakers, and then the kick as well. I think I don't know, but yeah, I've been listening to. I really like this artist Timo Hendrix
yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Yeah, so one of his tracks, Memories, really is one that caught my attention. I was like, oh, that's such a beautiful. That's kind of like the melodies that I tend to try to do.
Okay.
So, and I did almost the same, similar, but not exactly the same. So yeah, that was the style I was going for.
No, it's really cool. And I was just thinking, it came to my mind, hey, should we go more trancy with this track, or at least make it a little bit more obvious that this is inspired from some trancy stuff, because the kick, I mean, the kick is totally progressive and it blends perfectly in the mix, and the lead sounds as well, but how you blend them together, it has this kind of a little bit of trancy attitude already, and I like it.
I agree.
So and
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to it. Like I'm happy with taking it the
cool.
direction. I honestly want your opinion on it because I did work on it a little bit more. I did another break, but I'm not really like I want your opinion on it. I did another break and then the rise and then the drop is this similar,
Mm,
same. I think what this track will shine will be with the with vocals.
yeah,
And you know what I would love actually to be honest, a female.
a female. Okay.
Because I have all my tracks are with males.
It's interesting because I started looking for male voices a couple of years ago because I had all my tracks with girls, and I was like, no,
Opposite.
I want a male, I
I,
want a guy singing.
I am the opposite. I'm like all with males, but I love, whatever fits the track the best.
Okay,
I'm good
cool.
for. So
Let me think of it in the next couple of days, and then we can talk about that next week again, and then we can reach out to people and see what we can get done. I mean, what I would suggest today is more like setting up the meeting schedule and seeing if the technical stuff works. Obviously, works everything, and then I would love to introduce the track we're working on. So boom, our Zoom is gone. Okay,
so
can you hear
that
me?
was it.
Because you froze in the middle of the track and there was no sound at a point, but obviously, but it was just in the second drop, so we know what it's like. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Hey man, yeah, I mean, I really like the track. I like the vibe, and I think there's a lot of stuff already there. And first of all, if we send that to a vocal, to a to a top line writer, I would take out the ding, 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 ding in the break section. Only I would only start it when for the build-ups. You know, so
Sure.
you fade it in. So
Sure.
otherwise they would be too distracted, and they try to sing on top of that. I mean, I guess you know the
I
problem.
agree. I agree with you 100%. And exactly, we wanna work after the vocal is there, then maybe add some, effects or whatever.
Yeah, I think the melody is cool. It's great, and we could definitely use it. I just want to take this away for the top line writer, so they would maybe focus on the melody of the. They should only have the chord progression and the vibe. And I also like
Yeah.
what you did for the breakdown, the wobbling pad or however you want to call it.
Yeah, yeah. I think I got that from one of your packs.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. I bought the Thomas Gold pack, and I was like, I don't know what to use if I had to. That was so you like it? You should I keep that part? That
I mean, I'm a fan of these sounds. That's why I included in my pack as well because I'm using them in almost all my progressive house things. But we can definitely try other things. Up to you. But I would say let's leave that for next week. And I think we could talking about this trancy approach. It's these typical trance leads. And I mean, in Nexus, you find loads of them, and even the filter is programmed already. So you could easily start with these sounds and see if we can add a little bit of trance vibe to the, especially for the build ups where the filter goes, like opens up. It creates a super nice vibe, and then we could use those for the drops as well, but still with this progressive touch, the modern touch to it. It's not a big deal. It's maybe just one or two sounds, and like using the cut off, it's actually sawtooth sounds, like detuned, but not as detuned as they are nowadays, a little bit softer. They play melodies, so they are kind of like plucky,
okay.
and it just could add a little bit of trancy vibe. I would say from next week on, we get into the production, like in details and everything.
Yeah.
And for this, maybe you can work a little bit more on the thing. You can arrange it a little bit more, and put in some ideas for the breakdown as you started already.
I'll have it complete.
Cool, man. So hey, was a good one.
Thank you.
I speak to you next week, and we speak during the week on WhatsApp or whatever.
Awesome.
Cool, man.
Appreciate it, Thomas. Take
Have
care.
a good one.